Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for some more Star Wars Battlefront II news. Today, surprisingly enough, we have a lot of ground to cover, including changes to Dooku, Finn, Obi-Wan, and Leia, some interesting info on a possible skin for Luke Skywalker, and a whole lot more. The beginning of this month was very slow when it comes to news, as the community manager took the past 2 weeks off, and when that happened, pretty much all meaningful communication completely stopped. The community calendar for July didn't even come out until like 10 days into the month, but luckily our community manager Ben seems to be back, as he has been dropping information on the August update through various outlets over the past couple of days, so communication should be picking back up. But today we are going to catch up on everything that has been happening, and then videos will resume as normal. I took a week-long vacation around the 4th, turned out to be pretty great timing as pretty much nothing happened until like the past few days, which works out for me. Anyways guys, if you could drop a like on this video, I would definitely appreciate it. Helps to get these videos pushed out there, and you guys have been managing to smash 3,000 to 4,000 likes on every recent video so far, which is amazing. But now that we have all of that out of the way, let's just get right into the news. And before we get into the more recent stuff, I just want to quickly brush over the community calendar and the recent hotfix, as I didn't get a chance to cover those when they dropped a few days back. And the community calendar should only take a quick minute to cover because honestly, there is not much to look forward to when it comes to events this month. As per usual, Double XP will be active every Wednesday through July. As far as I know, that's just going to be the standard from here on out, and other than that, we just have the weekly community quest to unlock animated victory poses and voice lines for Obi-Wan, Yoda, Maul, and Grievous. This is something I don't really have any feelings on. I could not care less about voice lines, and the only sort of cool victory pose from this is Yoda's. I was actually pretty disappointed with Maul's Kenobi line. I was really expecting it to be Maul's scream from Rebels. If I can find that clip, I'll play it for you here. Kenobi! Instead, Maul just says Kenobi really quietly in-game, like Obi-Wan served him a slightly undercooked steak, and Maul is a little irritated, but he's really not all that upset. I don't know, I love emotes for this game, but the voice lines are pretty unnecessary and just seem like a way for DICE to add lines to a voice wheel without actually having to animate a full emote. Either way, each week there will be different challenges live in-game for you to work on, and that is it for July events. Luckily, August is supposed to be a big month, which we'll get into a little later. Next up, let's talk about that July update that dropped a few days ago. Unlike June's update, this one was very small, really more of a hotfix than anything else, and only has a couple of changes and bug fixes worth talking about. The two biggest changes, at least for a player like me, who is using a hero 80% of the time, is the buffs to Finn and Obi-Wan and the attempted fix to Dooku, which just completely messed him up. Finn now has a regular health on kill star card instead of having it tied to his undercover team pistol, which I will just say makes Finn so much better. The hero designer revealed a while back that the only reason Finn didn't get a regular health on kill card, way back when the other heroes did, is because he straight up forgot Finn existed, which I think pretty well sums up Finn overall in this game. Finn is slowly getting better, he has always been great for team support, there is no denying that, but Finn on his own, especially against lightsaber heroes, has never really been able to compare to Han, Lando, or even Chewbacca, just when it comes to other light side blaster heroes. Obi-Wan also received a really nice buff with this latest patch, as he is now completely immune to force abilities while using his all-out push, meaning while using his push, Vader won't be able to choke you, Maul will not be able to throw you off the edge of the map, and soon Kylo won't be able to pull you, as it does say near the bottom of the patch notes that Kylo's pull can still affect Obi-Wan during his push, but that will be fixed in the next update. A great change for Obi-Wan is his all-out push can leave you so exposed in HVV when there are so many abilities just throwing you all over the place, and this is a great and long-needed buff to Kenobi. When it comes to Dooku, the recent update was supposed to fix his duelist ability, which has been very inconsistent when it comes to the animations, which is something some players may not have even noticed. He is supposed to have a completely different set of animations when activating duelist that are much faster than his normal ones and allow him to deal out damage way quicker. But before this patch, this only worked maybe half the time, as certain actions would cancel them out. Well, the patch was going to fix this issue, but instead DICE just completely broke Dooku. His duelist animations now just cancel for absolutely no reason, sometimes in the middle of a fight when the ability was just activated, and on top of that, after activating the ability, there is now a huge delay before you can even attack, so if you pop duelist in the middle of a saber fight, you are now unable to swing for over a second. DICE also unintentionally nerfed his range for his lightsaber, which was already really low compared to the other heroes, so he now has a really hard time consistently landing hits on other players. DICE has confirmed this was a total mistake, and luckily they are aware of it, but according to Total FPS, who is a community specialist for Battlefront II, they don't have any updates on the issue at the moment, but they are working on it. This means if you are a Dooku main, you are probably kinda screwed for at least an update or two. Dooku isn't exactly unusable in his current state, but this definitely really moves him down a few tiers when it comes to the dark side, and with Maul, Kylo, and Vader all available, there are better, less buggy options. That's about it for this most recent patch. The only other thing on here I'm happy about is the fix to ATSTs. For the past few months, you've been able to one-shot heroes with the ATST rockets, and they for some reason homed on to heroes. I've done it to people so many times, not even on purpose, and I've had it happen to me a handful of times, so glad that has been changed. Other than that, this update just included some fixes to visual bugs, and the addition of crystal-only bundles, meaning you have to spend real cash, which I'm sure most of you don't want to do, for the newest clone legions. I also have some great news for Leia. Recently, DICE held a community survey where they asked which heroes the community felt needed changes the most, and unsurprisingly, Leia was a very popular answer. Well, Ben did confirm this and say Leia is one of the primary heroes DICE wants to work on and tweak, but the dev team is still early in the process as of now. Leia is a hero that can do alright just on the merits of her blaster and E11 alone, because her pistol and middle ability are very strong if you can aim well, which to be honest most players can't, but her flash grenade is one of the weakest abilities in the game, and her shield is very situational in Galactic Assault, and in HVV you'll be lucky to get more than a very occasional use out of it. I'm hoping they'll consider a full-on rework for certain aspects of Leia, but at the very least we do know they are working on her, and changes are incoming. Also, we did get a small tease for an Endor Luke skin from the EA Help Hotline of all places. I didn't want to put this in the title of the video as this isn't a confirmation of the skin by any means, but it's still worth discussing. EA Help replied to a Battlefront fan who had put together a list of his top 10 most desired hero skins for Battlefront 2, and they replied saying Endor Luke would be really cool, one day it might happen, followed by a winking face. So take this for what you will. DICE has said time and time again they know how much the community wants Luke Skywalker skins, and there is really no reason why the EA Help Hotline would single out one skin from somebody's random list just to reply with this, at least in my opinion, so it's definitely a good sign. There were also a couple of hotfixes that just dropped this week, the first bringing some more changes to Geonosis, which has been changed time and time again. DICE just can't seem to get it right. The ATTE health was nerfed again, and the hard cells have been buffed again. It really is very easy to win as the clones on Geonosis, so I do see why they are doing this, and I really have no problem with these changes. The Galactic Assault map rotation has also been changed to chronological order, so it starts with Geonosis and ends with Crate, and if you are like me and don't really like any of the sequel maps other than Crate, this makes it very easy to skip the maps you dislike, so I hope they keep this rotation for a long time because I am totally up for that. Well guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Like I said, this was mostly a news roundup just so I can cover everything I missed, plus what was new this week, and get back into my normal schedule after taking like a week and a half off. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like as that does help me out a lot, and if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Expect 2 more videos before the weekend is over, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I'm solo.